Thank you, Caroline, for supplying us really nice reference photo. The thing that's really important, obviously, we got this slap bang in the middle of St. Michael's Mount, and we're really just looking at a bit of a silhouette. We've got some other things going on in here. There's a little causeway over here, and then there's a little bit of a jetty or a causeway with people on here. You're not a camera. You don't have to do everything you see. And I had this conversation with artists yesterday at Mal Galleries. They exactly the same. You take out of it what you want. You know, you get creative. Don't don't put in the kitchen sink. Just put in what you think is important. What I think is important will be the sky. Okay, what brush am I going to have? I'm going to start with a big fat wetting wet, and I'm just going to experiment on the sky. So the way I'm going to do that is this way. I'm going to get a big fat brush, even bigger brush than normal. There we go. I've had this for years, since I was at art school. I don't know what it is. It's a Chinese hog-haired, soft hog bazaar. But anyway, load of water. I'm glad I changed my water. Now, you know about composition. You know it's 1/3, 2/3. So I don't want the horizon dead in the middle. I don't want that perched up here. I want it down. So I can roughly work out where it is. And I know for a fact it's sort of about here. It's about there, isn't it? Really? It's not quite 2/3, 1/3, but it's not halfway, and that is the main thing. Just get this paper really wet. There's going to be a lot of cockling going on. We know that's going to happen. And I'm only doing the sky first. I'm not doing the water. I'll come on to that. Right, that's really quite wet. Right, I'm not looking at any reference at all. I'm making this up. Get some colours. I think I want some raw sienna. I really do. It doesn't matter what's happening. I need some raw sienna over here somewhere. Certainly on the horizon. You know, when you look, I'm looking down now. I'm looking outside, and I can see as I come down towards the horizon, I can see raw sienna. I'm then going to get just a little bit of orange, because I think, oh, dirty. I think I'm looking at evening. So I'm putting some orange in here. Now, one thing to try and do when you're putting colour on, don't go everywhere. You know, don't put orange there. You know, do it in one section, lost and found, and then move on. Just moving this around a little bit, just pushing that. Now I'm going to get some indigo, some strong indigo up here. A bit more, get even stronger as I start moving up, even stronger there. Yeah, that's quite powerful. Looks like rain now. It's so wet. I'm going to get some sepia. And go back to the indigo again there. It's amazing how this is sort of dried already. Still really wet. A little bit of blue shining through. I mean, I'm just having a bit of fun, and that's what you should be doing. But make sure you can push things around like I'm doing. It's running. There we go. Bit of a journey going on here. And I'm going back just a little bit more, strong indigo. Oh, wow. Going to come back to some of that orange. See, I'm reaching a point now where it looks quite garish. It's going to dry a lot lighter. It really will. Just want to put want to keep that light round there, I think.
I think I've got a thunderstorm going on.
What, you have?
Yes.
Well, so have I. We all have. We all should. If you've used a lot of sepia like I have, then you will definitely have a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
That's one of the tricks, sepia, because it's warm, you see. And thunderstorms are warm. They're quite heavy cloud. They're brown.
Yeah.
You know, thunderstorms go brown. There's a little bit of cerulean that I chucked in there. Notice I only put it in one place. Just that. Well, actually, there's a bit there as well. But that's sort of interesting. I'm just gonna travel some of this water a little bit that way, just to sort of soften it a bit. I mean, to be honest, this is really about wetting clouds today. That's really where we are. That's where we want to be. So we've got that. Now, if we got to think about the sea, the water, and we're going quite yellow here at the moment. I could throw in just a little bit of cerulean, just so that I do start to get back a little bit towards, so it's beginning to dry now.
You're sort of making a bit of a horizon, aren't you?
Well, the horizon, the other thing you got to make sure is that the horizon is straight. Don't want it like that or like that. I want it absolutely straight. You know, that horizon is straight, as it should always be with any watercolor painting. It should never be like that or like that. It looks completely wrong. So we've done that. That looks about it. I've dropped a tiny bit of blue just down here. I'm leaving it alone. I'm not touching this. I will come back to it. At this point, if you wanted to, I'm not going to, but at this point you can lift out. You can get a thirsty brush and start taking out some light. But you got to be careful because it can get smeary. And I know, because I've made that mistake so many times. I get all a bit carried away and then get the thirsty brush and try and put clouds in. And it looks like I've put cotton wool in and dabbed them, and it all looks a bit unreal. And it doesn't look particularly interesting anymore. And I'm going to start with it's in the distance. I'm definitely going to use some of this cerulean that's already there, and put some of that. What was it? Sepia in with it. We should have quite a nice colour in there. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's right on the horizon. It's right there. There we go. That's that headland there. Ta-da, done. Job done. Right. I like that gap between the headland, and I'm just going to get a little bit darker now and start using this brown colour. So it starts about here. It's quite a long way, isn't it? Sort of Yeah, then it's got a secondary bit. This is me drawing with the brush. Well, why, if I drew this with a pencil, all of it, what would I do? I'd fill it in and it would look rubbish. It's better to have nice, clean. Going slightly darker now, really dark. Just getting in some of that. Like the boats in there. And this is quite, I like this way of, this appeals to me. It might not appeal to you, but I'm looking at this and I'm painting there with this brush. The colors I'm using are, the really strong one is sepia, but I'm mindful of trying to not be too dark all over the place. Try and bring it in a little bit. Right, I want to sort of roof or something. Yeah, just getting a bit of light and dark. Looks like a sort of harbour, doesn't it? There. And again, if you were painting on plein air, you'd sort of be painting a bit like this. Right, while this is still a bit dark in my brush, I'm just going to bring this bit of sort of, just going to get it a little bit more fluid. I don't want it too hard. This. I mean, there is detail, but you don't want it. Just going to put a little bit of red colour. Just want to. Just getting. Can you see the red on the screen? I don't know whether you can see that or not.
Yeah, it's showing you. Yeah, it's also strangely a bit sort of green going on over there. I don't know. Does that matter? Yeah, let's try it.
I think you just paint this the way you want to paint it, or just watch me first and then paint it later, or do whatever you want. No rules. This sort of green there. I want to just change colour a little bit. Just making this up as I go along now. Some of that there. Quite nice. Oh, I say. Just a hint of this this sort of, it's like an S-shape thing going on. I'm going to put a little bit of blue. It's gone a bit brown. You can always do this. You can always just get some French ultramarine. Just you need, the painting needs it. You don't want to be too brown. You if you find your painting going a bit brown, then get the blue out straight away. Get the French ultramarine out. Start chucking that on. I'm now going to get more ultramarine. Let me just watching the time. I'm trying to work out where the interest is, what is it about the painting that's going to make it interesting. Just getting some tiny bit of brown, but it's mainly blue. Goes sort of grey, cool grey. Pull that away. Right, I'm coming down here now. I'm going to get slightly stronger again, looking at this bit. Marks. See, I'll retain that light. Remember that light that I said, mentioned before? How important that was? Putting some darker bits in. And a sort of green as well here and there. Quite enjoying this. I'm making sure that I don't keep using the same colour. A lot of people make this mistake. They start over here. Oh yeah, get the dark brown out. They end up going the whole way over the same colour. This is watercolour. You're supposed to drop other colours in, different greys. Brown in this foreground. Right, there's some people in here as well. This. Some people walking across it. I'm just marks. I'm looking at it all the time, trying to not overdo it. Don't get carried away. Don't. It's a little bit more. When you want things light, you have to put dark things next to them to get it light. Just a couple of little dots here and there. Still a bit wet. I think we're about there. I think that's it for me. Join me on Zoom to learn all the watercolour secrets.